He was a boy who stormed into music and took the throne before the world knew what hit it. His mind fired faster than any instrument could keep up with. Every symphony, every area, slams into you with raw force, like it's rewiring your core. He lived like a flare, burned hard, and vanished before 40. Yet his sound still hits like fireworks centuries later, bending emotion and thought with raw force. This is Mozart, unyielding as a child, unforgettable as a legacy.
The little genius was born on the 27th of January 1756 in Salzburg, Austria. Johannes Chrysostomus, Wolfgang Theophilus Mozart, was a big name. Yet the boy outgrew it almost at once. By 1770, he preferred Wolfgang Amadeus, a sign, even in childhood, that he was destined for more than ordinary life. His father, Leopold Mozart, a violinist and composer from Augsburg, had become Salzburg's deputy Kapellmeister by 1763. His mother, Anna Maria Pertl, came from humble rural origins. The household they created was suffused with music, rigor, and relentless expectation. Out of 7 children, only Wolfgang and his sister Maria, anon nicknamed Nanar, survived infancy. From the moment he could walk, Wolfgang's talent was undeniable. By 4, he was already playing the clavier and organ. By 5, he had composed his first clavier concerto movement. By 6, he could sight-read complex string trios and improvise endlessly, astonishing those around him. Even at that age, he displayed a rare audacity, leaping onto the lap of Empress Maria Theresa to plant a kiss during a 1762 visit to Vienna. Illness soon followed, possibly smallpox or scarlet fever, but he survived, reinforcing the aura of a child prodigy, both fragile and unstoppable. The early tours of Europe were grueling. Leopold pushed and guided his children relentlessly, performing in Munich, Augsburg, Frankfurt, Brussels, Paris, London, and The Hague. Wolfgang astounded audiences with his precocious ability, while Nanold charmed on the clavier and violin. Even the genius polymath Goethe noticed that Wolfgang mastered royal sonatas early. His fame came at a cost. Constant travel, exhaustion, illness, and pressure from patrons left him without a real childhood. By 7, Mozart was composing opera. Apollo at Hyacinthus, taken from Ovid's Metamorphoses, became his first. He was constantly watched by Salzburg's skeptical authorities, who kept close scrutiny on him. He also composed Die Schuldige des ersten Gebets, a collection of arias and recitatives that impressed even the Prince Archbishop. Despite illness, including temporary blindness in 1767, Mozart was a famed musician by age 12, performing for European royalty. The Italian tours from 1769 onward revealed both the prodigy's genius and the strain of constant expectation. La Finta Semplice, his first opera in Vienna, was met with skepticism by musicians who resented being conducted by a child. In Milan, he gained powerful patrons like Count Karl Joseph von Firmian, and earned the Order of the Golden Spur from Pope Clement XIV in Rome. During these years, he composed his first string quartet, K80, traveled through Naples and Venice, composing operas like Mithridate, Ridiponto, and Ascanio in Alba, which were performed to acclaim and often repeated dozens of times. Back in Salzburg, Mozart became Concertmeister under Count Colloredo, composing symphonies, quartets, and Lucio Silla at 15. He encountered frustration alongside his prestige. Opportunities in Vienna were limited, positions underpaid, and his father remained a strict and controlling presence. His first operatic failure, La Finta Giardiniera, highlighted the clash between youthful talent and courtly expectations. 17 marked Mozart's jump into young adulthood, propelled by the music already driving him. He left Salzburg, traveling to Mannheim, Munich, and Paris in search of opportunities, recognition, and love. Mozart fell for soprano Aloysia Weber, endured rejection, and struggled with Leopold's constant scrutiny. He composed prolifically, yet poverty and instability were constant companions. In Paris, nobles showed little interest. Lodgings were poor, and the city's harsh conditions contributed to his mother's death in 1778, a loss that marked him deeply. In Augsburg, he wrote body letters to his cousin Maria Anna Thekla, revealing his humor and audacity amidst personal turmoil. Mozart's move to Vienna in 1781 marked the emergence of the mature, freelance artist. He resigned as Concertmeister under Colloredo and immediately immersed himself in composition, performance, and social maneuvering. He reconnected with Aloysia, but soon married her sister Constanza in 1782, despite family resistance. Commissions followed. The abduction from the Seraglio made him famous as symphonies and concertos poured out. The years 1783 to 1787 were a maelstrom of genius, personal struggle, and social navigation. Mozart composed the Great Mass in C minor, Symphony No. 36 Linz, the Hafner Symphony, and a series of celebrated piano concertos, all while managing the pressures of aristocratic patronage and mounting debt. He joined the Freemasons, strengthened his social networks, and showcased his achievements to Leopold, who visited Vienna to witness his son's fame. These years hit hard. Their first son, Raymond Leopold, died and shattered Mozart and Constanza. The father's death in 1787 only drove the grief deeper. The collaboration with librettist Lorenzo da Ponte produced some of Mozart's most enduring operas. The Marriage of Figaro, premiered in 1786, challenged aristocratic norms with wit and subtle critique. Don Giovanni, premiered in Prague in 1787, combined dark humor, moral reckoning, and musical brilliance. Meanwhile, Ein klein Nachtmusik, composed that same year, captured a clarity and elegance that would become instantly recognizable across centuries. The final years of Mozart's life, 1792-1791, were frenetic and dark. Casu fan tutte premiered in January 1790. He completed La Clemenza di Tito and the Magic Flute in rapid succession. Amid this, an anonymous commission, the Requiem, arrived, becoming his obsession and curse in his final months. Sick and exhausted, he dictated parts bedridden, each measure filled with urgency and mortality. Mozart died on the 5th of December, 1791, 2 months shy of 36, leaving the Requiem unfinished. His burial was modest, and at the time, he was little mourned outside his family and students. But here lies the twist. The Requiem, completed posthumously by his pupil, would become immortal, a testament to genius beyond recognition. The boy prodigy, the chaotic young adult, the master in Vienna, all had vanished. Yet their legacy would echo louder than any life lived in comfort or wealth. Mozart's death was not an ending, but a rebirth of influence. In anonymity, poverty, and illness, he created works that reshaped culture, proving that even in death, he could command the world's attention. His life, marked by extraordinary talent, relentless pressure, personal tragedy, and brilliant improvisation, left an indelible mark on music. From the shock of the prodigy to the desperate brilliance of the Requiem, Mozart's story is a rise through hardship, genius beyond recognition, and a relentless urge to create. The Requiem's first haunting notes, dictated in fever and isolation, remain not merely a composition, but a final, eternal statement. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart changed the course of culture, even as he died unknown. Drop a like, share, and subscribe for more sharp stories about power, knowledge, and destiny. Thank you for watching.